Yes, this is a problem that has its own solution. I've been staying on this rant for a while, and I have a bunch of mushroom tea and caffeine in me, so let's get into it. This is the defense of the anti-library. It's your pile of unread books. And I see so many people on TikTok moaning and mourning the fact that they have so many books that they might not have time to get to. But this is the exhortation to say, that's great. Buy all the books that you have money for. Get as many as you can get that still fit on your shelves. Overflow your shelves. Stack them up on the floors. Because the anti-library is so important for all of us as readers and thinkers. And that's because what they give is a sense of humility at the breadth of human knowledge. So, the anti-library comes from Taleb in his book The Black Swan about improbable events. But he got the idea from seeing the library of Umberto Eco, who has 30,000 books. You can see them. YouTube Umberto Eco Library, and he walks you through it for a minute. Also, read Foucault's Pendulum. It's a great book if you like magic and the occult. But Taleb was inspired by how Eco talked about these books and how it helped him to remember how little he knew. And he's a medieval historian. And so much of what is medieval is lost, and yet we're still trying to piece it together. And he said, not only are these helpful for research, you can look up the indexes even if you don't have time to read the entire books, it helps you to remember that human knowledge is always more giant than you will ever know. And for this one topic, there are so many experts out there. And what you have is one well-done book by one expert. And that might be all you have time for in this life. But that's great. That's part of the joy of it. These books sit there and they challenge you to keep working harder, to keep expanding your own knowledge, and most of all, to remind you that you'll never have it all, and that most likely the sphere of human knowledge is quite small in relation to whatever the grand knowledge is. Most of the universe is dark matter and dark energy. We don't even know what that means. And so this is why it's important to have this anti-library. Keep buying the books that you know may be important for you, because you might never know when they will come in useful. And the thing is, we may live a long time. It may be that you get to these books in your 70s and 80s and 90s. I love in some books and short stories when there's that grandma or grandpa in the corner who, when they're not hanging out with their grandkids, they're just pounding through their favorite types of books. That could be us. We could make it. Build your anti-library, my friends.